get ready with me video, but it started to get way too long and I started to like rabbit trail and I didn't know where the heck I was going with it. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that to my followers. So mid getting ready, I mean, I'm basically almost done getting ready, but I was like, what if we just talked about my delivery story with Judah, because that was like the next planned video that I was gonna do early on. And so I figured, why the heck not? Let's just talk about it, because I love talking about birth stories. They're like my favorite thing. But yeah, so I mean, my hair's done. I just finished curling it and my makeup's already done. But I'm just gonna do some more mascara and just finish getting ready and do it as quickly as possible, because both boys were asleep when I started this video and now they're starting to wake up. So I'm gonna try and do this fast, but without Ben starting to wake up. Okay, so Ben woke up, but he's right next to me laying down, and we're actually in my husband's office. I don't know if I mentioned that, but new change of scenery because the lighting in here was better. So yeah, so let's get into it. Judah's birth story. Here we go. So Judah was born February 2nd, 2020, right before the pandemic, not started, but right before like quarantine started. And so I was able to have him and have my husband there and my mom and visitors afterwards. I can't even begin to imagine what it'd be like to have him without my husband, or you know, my family being able to see him after. So I'm so sorry for those of you mamas who that happened to. I can't imagine. You guys are amazing. And so that was that was Super Bowl Sunday, and so we were already on a break from the church, because Andrew was kind of like on paternity leave for the church, but he he needed a break. And so he wasn't going to be teaching that Sunday, but we were still gonna go to church and just, you know, sit in. But Judah had different plans. So that Saturday before, actually, I was like, I really just want to walk. I want to speed this up, because I was getting so impatient, because I was due that Monday. I was due the 3rd. And so I was like, let's just go walk. Let's go to the mall. So we went to the mall, and we honestly did not get that far. We really didn't. I mean, we made it to the mall, but I was contracting the entire way there. And then we got to the mall, and I like barely could walk to the entrance of the mall because I was still contracting so bad. And but so we went and we got some Cinnabons, and then I just couldn't walk anymore. And so then we went home, and then my contractions stopped. And that's how it was for like a week. They were these painful contractions, and then they would just stop. And so I knew that we were getting close, but we weren't quite there yet. And so, but I knew that it was coming. And so I was getting impatient. And so I went back home and then slept. In the morning, I had some concerns about just what was going on with my body. And so I had called the hospital, and they were like, yeah, you should probably come in just so we can check you out, just because you're so close to your due date. Just come in so we can just make sure everything's okay. And so I was like, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. And so that Sunday, we were under the impression, like, okay, let's get ready. We're going to go to the hospital just to get things checked out. And so but that was after we had planned to go to church. This new plan arose, and so then we were getting ready to go, and then I went to the laundry room to get some clothes, and then so I bent down to the dryer because it's like a lower dryer, and so I bent down, and when I bent down I felt like this pop in like the inside of my body, like my like uterus area, and it was just like, and it felt like that sound. I don't know if that makes any sense, but so I felt that, and I was just like, that's different. And then so then I went to the bathroom, and sure enough, it was my water. Hey, so it's Sunday, February 2nd, and my water just broke, and I'm sitting on the toilet letting it drain because it keeps ruining all my clean panties. So we're gonna go to the hospital now and hopefully be admitted. But yeah, water broke. Yes. And it just started pouring, and I didn't have that. And I didn't have that with Ben. I just like trickled with Ben. I just like kind of leaked. But so I was like, oh my gosh, that was definitely my water breaking. And so my water, I did have like the gush that, you know, moms talk about, or that are like on movies that happened. And so I was like, babe, my water just broke, it's go time. And he was like, oh my gosh, okay, do I have time to get ready? I was like, yeah, go ahead. And so he's getting ready. I'm calling my mom and my mother-in-law, and the plan was that when I do deliver Judah, that Ben would be watched by my in-laws. And so my mother-in-law came and picked him up, and I told my mom, and I was like, Mom, don't worry, it's okay, everything's fine, I'll let you know when we get to the hospital. And so then the contractions just immediately, like, whew, yeah, these were game changer ones. These were like, oh yeah, it's time. And so then we're like driving up, and it's so funny because, you know, we drove up to the hospital, and we're driving up to the hospital, and it's probably like 30 minutes away, and this all happened at like 10:30. And so we're driving up to the hospital, and I guess one of my friends, she was actually behind us, and she was like, you were like driving so fast, like it was so funny being behind you. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. Like, if she even saw what was happening inside that car, she would not probably be my friend, because I was acting like a lunatic. Those were the most painful contractions I've ever felt in my entire life. And so yeah, but anyways, so we get to the hospital, and my mom's there, and she's like, I couldn't wait, Hita, I had to be here with you. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And so we're going into to triage, and this person was like, did you need a wheelchair? And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. And then they like took like maybe 30 seconds, and I was like, I can't wait anymore, I need to go. So we got on the elevator, and we made it up to triage, and they were like, okay, we need to check you. And I'm over here just like enraged because I'm in so much pain. And so went to triage, they checked me, and they were like, oh my gosh, you're 7 centimeters. And I was just like,
excuse me, 7?
Because that Wednesday I had went and got checked, and I was 4. And so yeah, I dilated quite a lot since then. And yeah, so I was at a full 7, and they were like, what did you want to do for pain management? And I just like looked at Andrew, and I gave him the look of like, give me the drugs. But we had talked prior, and I didn't want to do drugs this time around because I did them with Ben. And so, and he just like looked at me with like the, don't do it, you know you don't want to. And so I didn't. I told them, I was like, okay, I really want to try the nitrous, like the laughing gas. And they were like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll get nitrous, hold on, we'll get the nitrous. And then so they take me to my room, and I'm just like flailing. I'm in so much pain. It was the worst, the absolute worst. So like with Ben, I didn't really feel anything because I went in at 4 centimeters, and I was like, no, give me the epidural. So I didn't feel it. And so with Judah, I felt all of this pain, and it was like all new to me. And I wasn't shy about showing my pain. I was just, you know, I mean, I was having a baby, so I was going for it. But my mom was there, my husband was there, and then I kept telling them, get me an epidural, get me an epidural, and they were like looking at, because like they think, I'm sure that they were like thinking like, oh, she can't see me, but they were like going like this, like it's not happening, this is happening way too fast. And they're like, yeah, okay, we're gonna get it, we're gonna get it. And this one nurse, she was like, if you want an epidural, I need to get this IV in your hand. And I was just like, ah, ah, ah. But so she got the IV and she ended up getting it. But then finally the nitrous came, and they gave me the nitrous, and I just suction cupped that thing to my face and held onto it for dear life. And let me tell you, if you don't want to do drugs, if you want to do the all natural way, awesome, amazing. But if you need some sort of pain management, I'm telling you, that nitrous, it doesn't take the pain away. I'm not going to tell you that because it doesn't. But it puts you, like, you're just so relaxed that you don't even mind what's happening at all. And so I took it, and I was holding it, and I was, you know, dosing myself, and I was so relaxed. And Judah, like, slithered out like a little caterpillar coming out of its cocoon. And yeah, and he came out, and all of that from like the beginning to when my epidural to when my water broke to delivering him was 2 hours. So he was born at 12:30 something. It's a little fuzzy right now, but 12:30 something, and I went, and it all started at like 10:30. So yeah, about 2 hours. And from the moment my water broke, I just knew that it was go time. And so yeah, that's his birth story. Afterwards, I felt so good though. I was just like, why am I even here still? Let's go home. But we had to stay because I tested positive for the strep B test. Gosh, it feels like it was so long ago, but it also feels like it was just yesterday. But I can't remember what it's called. I tested positive for the strep B. I can't remember, but so they needed to observe us, and so we ended up staying an extra night. So we stayed 2 nights, and I hated that so much. But so I was just ready to go. Like, it was so weird. It was just like I had him, and I was like, all right, like, let's go. I'm good. And yeah, so that was really cool. But yeah, so now he's almost 6 months. And we are chilling midst of the pandemic, all this nonsense. But yeah, so it's been fun, and that is his birth story. And yeah, I hope that if I have more children, that their birth stories will be similar in the sense of they'll be fast, because when Judah was ready, he was ready. He wasn't stopping for anybody. And so I hope that my next, you know, if we have more kids, I hope that that's the same mindset that they have, that they're ready to go. But yeah, so that's our story. I'm just gonna finish actually. So yeah, that's our story. So I'm just gonna finish putting on my makeup, and then that will be it. We delivered at Loveless Women's Hospital, and I had such a great experience. And I had such a great massage after. Okay, so I finished my eyeliner off camera because it was taking me a hot minute. But yeah, so that was Judah's birth story. I know it's long overdue, and yeah, I just know that it's long overdue, and I'm sorry. That was going to be my next video after I filmed the what's in my hospital bag. I mean, that's what you would assume would be next anyways. So yeah, that's his birth story. He's an amazing baby. He's sleeping through the night. He loves to eat. I am exclusively pumping because his latch just didn't work out, and I was so frustrated and defeated. That could be another story maybe, but yeah, so I hope you guys liked this video. See you guys next time.